So more than 1 million people a year sprain their ankle. When they do so, they tend to go to A&E and they go and have an x-ray and they get told there's nothing broken and they get just sent off. And actually that's not good advice, and I'll explain why. So your ankle is held together by very important ligaments. And a ligament, just like any elastic structure, like an elastic band, is when you stretch it, it goes back to its normal shape. But if you overstretch it, it can stretch beyond its elastic limit and sometimes tear in half. And that's what happens with your ankle ligaments. And we typically, as you twist your ankle, they pull here on the outside. And a grade 1 injury is where they get strained a little bit, grade 2 where they get strained a lot, and grade 3 is where they tear in half or they rip off from the bone. And if you've got a grade 2 or a grade 3 injury, my recommendation is immediately ice the ankle to try and reduce the amount of swelling. The next thing is to stabilize it, put it into an ankle support brace. You can get those on the internet or you can get one from a hospital, but putting it into a support brace or like a walker boot is really important because that allows the ligaments then to heal back together in the right place. And the third thing is to elevate to again reduce the swelling. It's often known as RICE, but I spell it with R-I-S-E for rest, ice, support and elevation.